Hello, Lauren O'Neill backstage at Lollapalooza 2023. It is day one. It is hot as hell, but there's a cool breeze coming in. It's like an Alaskan down breeze. I don't know the actual technical term. And I don't know if I've ever told you guys this, but John Gourley changed my life. And he's here from Portugal, the man. Hi, buddy.
How are you doing?
Sweating my ass off, to be honest. But I'm great. I mean, it's Lollapalooza in the greatest city on the planet, so.
Yeah, let's be honest. It's not as hot as it's been at Lollapalooza.
That's true.
This is a pretty good one. I was looking at the weather report. I was just like, this is pretty chill. Festival weather.
Okay. Well, I don't know if you were just practicing for the flash bob that's going to happen later on this afternoon, dancing in the hot sun, but some of us who were doing that think it's very hot. It's like at least 120 degrees, for sure.
Once you get moving, it is hot.
I'm so glad to see you. I'm so glad you guys are here and playing Lollapalooza. And I want to start off and just say happy belated birthday to Chris. Did you guys, you were here last night, right?
Yeah.
Did you celebrate and do anything special?
We did. We've had some like really fun meals along the way, and Chef Jonathan Sawyer has a spot here called Kindling that is really great. He's just one of those people that's just like, he's such a great cook. And we had actually gone into one of his spots on tour with Chris. So it's kind of serendipitous. We ended up here. Chef Sawyer's here now, so cool. You're lucky to have him.
Well, for those who don't know, Chris Black changed my life. The new Portugal the Man album. Chris Black, the man, an incredible guy. I mean, I remember seeing him with you guys for years. I mean, he was your like hype man. He was your DJ. He just was one of those people that exuded warmth and friendliness and energy. And obviously, we lost him, very unfortunately. Huge loss in the music community, especially in the Portugal the Man family. And this album is honoring him, honoring his legacy, continuing it on. Speak to that a little bit.
Yeah, you know, I think for me, I like to look at how lucky we are to have gotten to spend so much time with these people. I mean, I think that every time I meet somebody that I really connect with and they're, wow, this person's really cool, I think about their family. I think about, you know, all the people that contribute to that personality and who they are. And Chris was just one of those really bright lights in our entire circle of friends. Even when he wasn't around, that's the thing I realized the most is after he passed, how much he operated as this like glue for everybody, because everybody like was just drawn to this person. For me personally, what Chris did for me was I have a lot of anxiety on stage. I don't really like being up in front of people. I really love music. Chris and I love talking about music. And Chris did really well with attention. And that's what I think about every single day I get to talk about Chris. I'm like, man, he is loving this. That's just who he was. He would come on stage, and if he could tell I felt nervous at all, he would say, everybody, like, look at me. Like, and he would dance, and he'd do something funny, and he would make us laugh on stage. That more than anything, that's what he did. So Chris to the band, Chris Black changed my life, is the way he operated within our band. He came along at a time that we really needed him. It shifted so many of these relationships that we had. Like, just it's hard being in a band. If I could be candid about it, you sleep across from each other in bunk beds every single. You wake up in the morning and you go, yep, there you are. If there's anything going on, it's confronted immediately. So he came into our lives at this really special point, and it really did shift everything with this group. It changed everything about us, and we all have people like that. And I think it's a really beautiful thing to go out and have people talking about folks who changed their lives. And I've seen it organically just kind of happen on our Instagram page and on TikTok. And people pop up and they go, yo, Jeff changed my life. And Jeff pops up in the comments and goes, oh my God, I didn't realize I made an impact on your life. And it's so cool seeing people do that. Well, folks are here. You know, we should be doing that more. Talk about people who inspire you. Talk about people you love. Talk about people who gave you direction, who make you laugh. It's simple things. It's not these massive, like, totally life-changing things. It's bringing joy to your life.
Doesn't have to be a grandiose gesture, but I just love that thought. It's such a great reminder because we all get caught up in our own lives and our own BS. And yeah, I appreciate you, but maybe I just don't verbalize it. And I mean, this album, Chris Black Changed My Life, it's such an incredible work of art, top to bottom, and such an incredible tribute, and has that reminder of tell those people, tell them they matter, share this music with them, and spread the love.
Definitely.
So let's talk about Summer of Luv. Speaking of all the love happened, have we officially made this the Lollapalooza anthem yet?
It should be.
Can we? Who do we talk to? Perry Farrell?
Maybe we'll go see him tonight.
Let's go knock on Perry Farrell's trailer.
I would love to go play it. Just play it in the room. Just be like, I think this should be the song of Lollapalooza.
It's the anthem. I don't know how much pull I have around here, but I officially declare Summer of Luv the Lollapalooza anthem 2023. There we go.
It's done.
I don't think that did anything, but oh well, the thought was there. Let's also talk about I love your band so much. Not only are you all incredible people, musicians, but you have huge hearts and you really use your platform to speak to, and it's not only that you speak to causes that are important to you, it's that you do things. You do the actions. You raise money for causes that you deem worthy. Paying homage to indigenous people and land is so important that you opened your set at Twisted Christmas with these incredible local indigenous women and kind of did a blessing for all of the Aragon. And you have a foundation, Pass the Mic Foundation. I know there's a fundraiser going on right now with a fishing trip. Can you tell me about that?
Oh, yeah, the Justice Alito fishing package. Yeah, that is the, you pay for the trip.
Okay.
You get our ear
You do.
for the fishing trip.
Uh-huh.
Anything we can do to change things around the world, we will do that. We just do a lot of fun stuff with that to raise money for indigenous issues. And, you know, I shouldn't even say issues, it's just causes in general. And the foundation is really about, it's very basic. It's about visibility. It's about manners. It's about having a shared learning experience with an audience. I mean, we grew up in rural Alaska. Like my parents are dog sled mushers. We grew up in villages and around that community. And it was just a part of the way we grew up. And as we started traveling around, I started saying, where are the people, man? Like, because you would hit these pockets. You hit these pockets where you go, okay, Arizona, I see you. I see this happening. Texas, I see a little bit of it out here on the border. I see New Mexico. You'd see it popping up. And we had been talking about ways to connect with indigenous groups as we traveled around to learn about where they come from. Because where we come from, survival relies on it. Like, you really rely on each other. And I mean, I just come from a place where you see somebody in the ditch, you pull over, you help them out. I did it last time I was home. You always do it. You don't even think twice. Wave at your neighbor. These are our neighbors. And I think asking permission to come and play a show on their land it's the very least we could do. It's a basic gesture, and it's about the future of that movement. Because, I mean, ultimately, it really is about land back. And it is about giving this back. Not giving it back, it's theirs, you know? I think we need to have more things in place for the people of this land.
I agree. And I just can't thank you enough for what you do and what you put your heart into. And I know your family has been personally just kind of opened up about something that you and your wife Zoe have been, I don't want to say dealing with, but kind of taking a hit to the family regarding your daughter Frances And I am so grateful that you opened up to kind of share this very rare disease that she is fighting right now. Why don't you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so Chris Black changed our lives. That's the band. For me personally, for Zoe, it's Frances changed my life. Frances is my daughter. She has just a nano rare disease called it's DHDDS. It's this mutation that there's 6 kids with her specific mutation, and I think there's like 70 in the general group with NUS1. It essentially acts as, it's neurodegenerative, so it's like Alzheimer's or dementia with kids, Parkinson'sisms. So there's motor function that gets lost, and it's epilepsy. It's pretty tough watching a kid go through that. And the thing that I realized as we were looking into treatment options, we're going, okay, sell everything. Let's pay for whatever it costs. Let's pay for it. It's out of our range. I feel like a pretty successful person, and I'm looking at this going, how do people deal with this? Like, our goal right now is we have a GoFundMe set up. We're looking for foundations to help support genetic research and furthering these like drug repurposing, to help out families in the future that are dealing with similar neurodegenerative diseases, and just kind of pushing the importance of genetic testing.
Is it franceschangemylife.com?
Yeah, franceschangemylife.com.
We'll put the link in the comments so you can learn all about it, and please make a donation. Such an incredibly rare situation, and I mean, the more research, the better, and hopefully finding a cure. I wish you the best of luck. We're getting to wrap it up, but before you go, play Lollapalooza, no big deal. Looking ahead, is next year 20 years of Portugal the Man?
Yo, it is. Wow.
Oh my God.
I didn't even think about that.
We should have a party or something.
I do think every now and then, I'm like, how long have we been a band? I mean, it's longer than that, really, but our first demos that went out onto the internet it's 20 years next year. Wild. That is exciting. We will, what the direction the band's heading right now is, I came out of the pandemic. We dealt with some stuff like internally with the band that is not mine to talk about, but we did this tour with Alt J, and I took a step back and I was looking at this, man, like today we're restricted on time, like it's a festival, so you end up playing 60 minutes. I've just been looking at ways, like we have like 3+ hours of set right now. I want to build it out to be the entire catalog. I want to start, we're starting this year. We've already started, like, I want to show up at clubs after the show and play. I want to be playing as much music as possible. I want to bring as much attention to the people we care about, the people we love, attention to Frances. I'm going to put in some serious effort and some serious work to make this a really fun project, and Portugal the Man should be doing that.
Mm-hmm. Well, if there's anything that we can do, if there's anything I can do, Q101, we love you so much, and we're here for you.
Yeah,
Chicago loves you just as much.
Yo, I love Chicago.
Yeah, right. John Gourley, Portugal the Man. Thanks, buddy. Summer of Luv.